welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So I'm super excited to bring you along for this. Remember I did that apricot brandied barbecue sauce and we took it camping with us and I made this absolutely amazing barbecued pork tenderloin wrapped in bacon with a beautiful sweet rub on it. And I just really wanted to be on vacation completely from most everything and forgot that I was going to film that, so I'm making it for you today. And I'll share the rest of this at work and it'll actually be delicious for the rest of the week. So I hope it inspires you to stay along for the ride and go check out this recipe for pork tenderloin because it is delicious with that apricot brandied barbecue sauce. And if you like this video, maybe you can give me a thumbs up. Go check out all the links I've left for you in the description box below and let's go do it because it's gonna be fantastic. Okay, so I'm excited you stayed for this because this is a very simple recipe, but it is so delicious. And so I've got a beautiful pork tenderloin right here, and I've put a bead of olive oil down there so my spice rub will stick to it. You can use any rub you like on pork. Because the barbecue sauce is so sweet, I'm going to go savory on the inside. And I also am going to put a little spice it up on the inside as well with these beautiful jalapenos. And I buy these pork tenderloins 4 at a time at Costco, and they're just such a great bargain. So now I'm using mesquite, sweet mesquite. And I am going to put a little bit of, I've got applewood smoked bacon, but I'm going to put on the barbecue. I've got my coals started right now, and we're going to let this come up to a more room temperature, if you will, because we don't want the meat to seize up and get tough. And this bacon is going to help this keep it from drying out, which is fantastic. So I'm going to, instead of stuffing jalapenos, I'm going to wrap this tenderloin on one side with jalapeno cheeks. And I just cut the end off, stand the jalapeno up, and cut around the middle. And this one is not that hot. Actually this is 2 jalapenos. So this gets a little tricky because now you've got to try to wrap the bacon around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread the bacon out and so I can get it on the end, and then I'll show you what happens next. Okay, so I kind of changed my mind on how I was going to do this because these jalapenos wanted to fall off and I want to keep, you know, everything intact. I do want to mention that you want thin cut bacon that's kind of on the fatty side. You don't want a real lean center cut because you need it to baste this tenderloin, if you will. And so I placed the jalapenos down on the bottom, and then I'm literally going to take this butcher paper, and I like to do this. It saves my cutting board. So then you've got your roll started. Go ahead and hold on. Tuck and roll again. And if it wants to stick to the paper, become the boss of your bacon. Because that's what's going to make it work. And this, then by the time I get to this point, it's easier just to pull back and wrap, and you can kind of stretch it over any gaps that you might have. But you definitely want this whole thing covered in bacon because this lean meat will dry out if you don't. And we're going to cook this at indirect heat, and it's going to be delicious. And I'll put this loose side down first. So I've got my pork tenderloin wrapped in bacon, jalapenos side up, and that's key. Now you can, and this is kind of what I've done in the past, is put your rub on your pork tenderloin and your bacon and wrap it in saran and let it tighten up in the fridge overnight, and that helps. But and I've got some wood that's firing up there. I've got some chicken legs that organic, free range, and I thought, well, I don't want to waste space on the barbecue, but I am going to shut her down, so I'll bring you back when we've got crispy bacon on the outside and beautiful tenderloin on the inside. Okay, so I've let this cook over there on indirect. Now I'm going to turn it, and look, that bacon is crispy, and I'm going to put it over kind of direct heat. So I'll bring you back when we start basting that absolutely delicious apricot brandied barbecue sauce on there. So we're going to start basting barbecue sauce. Apricot brandied barbecue. Oh my gosh. And we want this to just kind of caramelize on here. On this side, a couple coats. And you still want to keep this on pretty much indirect heat almost the whole time. I mean, a little bit of direct, but you don't want to burn your bacon. So I've got this beautiful pork tenderloin that I'm getting ready to cut. And I was going to put a glove on, but I think what I'm going to do is just take one of these little parchment wrappers. You want to let this rest. If you don't let this rest, you're going to be sorry. First off, your bacon is not going to be a happy camper. And oh, look at that. I don't even know what you can see right there, but that, to me, right here, looks delicious. And then you just move your little piece of parchment on over, and I can feel the bite of the jalapeno, which is nice, that they're not mushy, but it's going to give it a great flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and this is the perfect piece right there. Really excited. Yum! Because I know it's going to be delicious, and I'm sorry that I didn't bring you along for our video when we were out camping, but I really only picked up the camera during the day, not when we were in camp, and so I want a piece of bacon, the sauce, and the jalapeno. Get you a big old test. Yum. Oh my gosh. It's super tender. It's very moist. Pork tenderloin can dry out really quickly if you're not careful. This stayed very, very moist. In fact, the one we had, and this is the thicker end, but the one we had out in camp was just juicy. And I probably didn't cook it quite as long, but this is a medium. The internal temperature got to about 155, and then I let it rest. So it's absolutely fantastic. Applewood bacon. Ma! So good. This barbecue sauce is so fantastic on pork, and we've had it on chicken, and if you like sweet and tangy, it's phenomenal. If you are into spicy, add some spice to it, but for right now, we're going to do it this way, and this is sweet and tangy barbecue sauce caramelized over this pork tenderloin wrapped in bacon with jalapeno peppers. So if this inspires you, and I certainly hope it does, go down in the About section below and check out all the links that I've left for you. I've got my Wild Tree website as well as Zacon Foods link where you can go sign up for free. And I'm not affiliated with them, but I really believe in this concept. You can sign up for free and get deep discounted prices on quality, top quality meats, grass-fed beef, or no hormones or anything like that, added chicken breast, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you'll go over there and check that out, and my Facebook page. And as always, guys, I can't wait to see you next time as I strive every day to inspire you more and more. So thank you for your subscription. If you're not a subscriber, hit subscribe. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. God bless.